Just a gorgeous day in New York City, and if you're watching on the AFA channel, where we come to you from the belly of the news beast every single day, that's a gorgeous shot of the New York skyline, Freedom Tower there, of course, and what a just a perfect spring day here. And I wish that there were more areas of perfection that we could be reporting to you on. Unfortunately, we live in the state of things that we do in 2014. Kevin McCullough is my name. 888-589-8840 is the number. 888-589-8840. Yesterday, Dr. James Dobson issuing or reissuing from a letter that he had written to the open public in 2012, but basically said, come and get me if you must. I will not yield to your wicked regulations. He was referring to the idea that the Affordable Care Act will force ministry leaders, business owners, etc., to participate in abortion providing programs. And as far as we know, this slush fund in the Affordable Care Act is still in existence. They actually tried to say yesterday to, Megyn Kelly tried to say yesterday to Dr. Dobson, and I have great respect for Megyn, but she said that part did not become law, and it has not become law yet. She's right on that level, but it has not been removed from the plan. So what we're dealing with here is a real thing, that we have the president who most over the period of history of our nation has applauded, extolled, agreed with, encouraged, marketed, helped fund, do everything he could to advance the killing of children, even in the most heinous circumstances possible. Kevin, what do you mean? I mean the born-alive infant protection. He's against it. He thinks that if a woman went into a clinic with the purpose of getting an abortion and they try to do the procedure but the child lives, that the child should be left to starve, be left to suffer, be left to wiggle to death in the soiled utility closet in places like Christ Hospital in Oak Brook, Illinois. He voted for. He has votes on the record 4 times in a row on that issue in the state level. The nurse that broke that story nationally did so on my show. She was anonymous. She came to the fore after a period of time because she was going to lose her job anyway, and it was becoming clear that they knew who she was. But Jill Stanek courageously stood up, just one little delivery room nurse, saying, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And instead of having a reasonable, Christ-espousing state senator from Illinois named Barack Obama agree with her and say, of course this is wrong, we should be protecting children. No. He voted and fought to keep that law from becoming law, the Born Alive Infant Protection Act, in the state of Illinois, and he was successful at it until after it had been adopted on the national scale. Just an astoundingly stubborn man when it comes to advancing the killing of unborn children. And so, my friends, if you vote, if you're in favor of, if you sing the praises for, if you laud the Affordable Care Act, then you're complicit in the deaths of those kids. You're advancing it just as hard as he is, because this slush fund is it's a black eye on who we are as a nation. As if what we did through Planned Parenthood wasn't bad enough already. How many dead babies is enough? That's the question I kept asking my friends that were asking me to fill them in last night. I said, guys, look, there's going to be people that criticize Dr. Dobson. I hadn't seen any stories at that point yet, but I said there's going to be people that criticize Dr. Dobson. But I said, who can blame him? Eventually, we all say, when is enough enough? 888-589-8840, 888-589-8840. I want to know your thoughts. Some people are criticizing Dr. Dobson as saying he went partisan and that there was this inappropriateness to what he had to say in making those remarks yesterday. Your thoughts on that? Bill is in West Virginia. Hi, Bill. Welcome.
Hi, Kevin. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure thing.
Thank you for sending that message out to that congresswoman that walked out of Dr. Dobson's program. And from what I understand, when he was on Megyn Kelly, I watched the whole thing last night, he told Megyn Kelly that the halls outside were full of people waiting to get in. So there was only one person walked out. And Megyn Kelly, as far as I'm concerned, was not fair to Dr. Dobson and his wife. She was treated him very badly as far as I was concerned, and it almost seemed to me like she was setting him up, but he handled it well.
I don't know. I watched the same interview. I didn't get that feeling, and I've known Megyn for a long time. She is the hardest-nosed journalist I know, but just the fact that she had him on to allow him to explain what happened and give his side of the story. There's no other journalist in America that would have done that last night.
Yep.
And so,
did you see her face? Did you see the anger in her face? The way she looked at him?
No, she wasn't angry. She's stern. She's serious. That's the way she is. Look, I've been on the show 24 times. I walk out of there. I don't know where Megyn is on these issues. That's how good of a journalist she is. She doesn't play her hand. But I'm not here to defend Megyn. She's a big girl. She can defend herself.
Well,
I thought the interview was very even-handed. She did try to point out some inconsistencies. I thought Dr. Dobson answered those well, and I thought he came out looking like a rose at the end of that interview.
I do too. He did. Yeah. He did come out, and I don't think she looked as well as he did. That's for sure.
Well, and she's a journalist. It's her job to get the statements out of people. It's not to take a side.
Okay.
I don't want my journalists. And thanks, Bill, for the call. I don't want my journalists to be opinion people. I'm an opinion person. If you come to me, you know that I'm giving you opinion. But if you're a news anchor, asking tough questions of all sides is ethical in that line of work. Let's go to David in Ohio. Hi, David. Welcome. You're on with Kevin McCullough. Glad you're here.
Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
My call. I just have 3 quick points. One, Dr. Dobson, where were the thousands of men who should have been standing shoulder to shoulder beside him through the message he gave yesterday plus before?
Yep.
And 2, I'm 58. I remember this problem just didn't come about yesterday. It came about 40 years ago when men who had no backbone allowed the political parties to run over them. And then the last thing I wanted to ask is, we have the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Tea Party, the Libertarian Party. I think we need to group together and come up with the Christian Party. That way we will know who we are voting for and what they stand for without having to put out pamphlets, brochures, and so forth on where they stand. Kevin, I thank you for taking my call. God bless you, and have a great day.
Thank you, David. Appreciate you and your heart. 888-589-8840. Let's talk to Robert in Florida. Hi, Robert.
Hello, sir.
What's your thought on this?
I actually wanted to speak on abortion as a whole. To me, abortion is wrong. There's a lot of parents out there that want to be parents, but they can't have kids. So what if they want to adopt one of these kids, but they can't adopt them because they're all being aborted? I don't see it as right at all.
Right. Well, and what's interesting about what you're bringing up there, Robert, is that Planned Parenthood, to this day, pretends to offer adoption referral. If you talk to them and say, well, we don't only push abortion, we also counsel people for adoption. The only people that Planned Parenthood refer to adoption are the people that totally change their mind and not have an abortion and have asked them about adoption referrals. But the percentage of how many adoptions they do to how many abortions they do a year, not even close. And the fact that we're paying them to abort those kids, it's just a really damaging thing. Let's go to Glennis, who's calling us from Alabama. Hi, Glennis. Welcome. So glad you're with us.
Hi. Thank you for taking my call.
Sure thing.
I am so proud of what Dr. James Dobson done. It's about time somebody brings these needs, such as these, which is in prayer. You bring your needs and your concerns before God.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he did anything wrong. I'm sorry that there are people out there that got offended, but I'm offended that you would even want to take tax dollars and fund an abortion. It's wrong. I mean, I can't even fathom or wrap my mind around the fact that they want to do something like this. And before I was saved, I bought all the lies on abortion, and so now that I'm saved, it's totally different. Each life has a meaning, whether you believe in God or whether you don't believe in God. Your life has a meaning, and I don't think it's right that we should be killing children hand over fist. And our United States government is behind this. I mean, we were founded for God. We've fallen away from that, and we need to get back into that. And I just challenge our political leaders that say that they're conservative or say that they're Tea Party or whatever to stand up with the Christians and stop all of this rhetoric and garbage that they're forcing on the American people, including myself.
I hear you, Glennis. Thank you for your passion. 888-589-8840, 888-589-8840. Luke is in Ohio. Hi, Luke. You're next.
Hi. I was just calling about the subject, and a lot of people tend to come with the argument of, well, you're a Christian, you don't have a place in politics. Well, my first argument would be, okay, we're Christians, we're supposed to be salt to the people of the earth, and we're supposed to proclaim Christ and live Christ-like.
Right.
And secondly, when, to that argument would be when politics attacks Christianity, we really need to confront that with our biblical values and stand to it. And it may not come across nice, but it is truth. And I think as a Christian, if your argument would be, well, he came off really mean, well, that may appear that way, but he is speaking truth. And
that's the thing. I've been with Dr. Dobson in multiple settings, and I've seen him in a lot of different arenas, and I've spoken with him personally. There's nothing there's just not a mean bone in his body. I've never understood that argument. He may have gotten way more political at the end of his public time at Focus than maybe what the Focus board was comfortable with or something. But even in his political desires to see the culture changed, it was never based on trying to hurt anybody. It was always about trying to protect the innocent and trying to do what was right. And so for these people that are like, oh, he's just a cranky, mean guy, I've never seen that side of Dr. Dobson. And I don't know that anybody has. I mean, I don't know, ask his kids. Maybe they saw something sometime, somewhere. Let's talk to Betty in North Carolina. Hi, Betty. Welcome. You're on with Kevin McCullough. So glad you're with us.
Hi. How are you doing? Thank you for taking my call.
Sure thing.
I am a Christian, and I'm not for abortion. But I'm also looking at Matthew 25:31 through 43. And I think about how we come on when we have a platform and we are spewing out hatred. If you say don't kill the babies, then how can you justify when they have bombed the abortion centers? They're killing someone also. Those are people that are
Betty,
working.
hold on a second. When's the last time you heard about an abortion center being bombed?
Oh, it's been a while, but it doesn't matter how long ago it was. It happened.
Yeah.
And
it was like 30, let me just clarify. It was like close to 30 years ago.
No, it was not 30 years ago. I don't have my facts with me because I'm writing, but it was not 30 years ago that they bombed the abortion center.
Yeah, there hasn't been a bombing an abortion clinic in 3 decades, but go ahead.
No, but my other thing is, too, we say don't kill the children, but then we cut out all the programs to feed the children. So my thing is, if you want them to be born, you should want them to be.
Betty, who says? Wait a minute. Wait. Who says that we don't want the children to be fed? Whoever has said that?
Cut out the programs. It's just
No. Betty. Cutting. Betty, hold on a second. Cutting out a program doesn't mean that you want children to starve. It may be saying that the parents should be feeding the child.
That Obama decided to kill babies. Now, that's Obama is one person. You're telling me that one.
But he
man's
voted.
vote
But he
decided to
voted
kill
4
all
times,
of
and
the
he was the
children.
only person in the United States Senate ever to vote in favor of allowing born children
But
to
you know
die of
something
neglect.
else, too? He
He's
was
the
the
only
only person-
Betty.
he was one
I'm
of the
sorry,
first-
Betty. I can't. Look. He's the only person in all of Washington D.C. He's the only senator that ever voted in favor of allowing born children to die of neglect. The only one.
Did not preach hatred.
I don't hate the president. I'm just saying what he did.
Yeah, it's a lot of hatred, and it's because of the.
It's
color
not
of his
hatred,
skin,
Betty.
and that
So
is
we're not
not-
allowed, Betty, I'm not allowed to disagree with somebody when they do something that's unbiblical? Betty,
Yes, unless,
am I allowed to disagree with someone on the actions of taking something that's unbiblical?
but you know what? We need to all come together. That's what would make.
You're not
the United
answering my
States a
question.
better
I'm
place.
asking a simple question.
You're allowed
And-
to do whatever you wish to do, right? This is America.
Is it biblical to disagree with someone who's being unbiblical?
Well, now I don't have my Bible right here in my hand, but
Okay.
I don't think it's. I don't.
Thank
think
you,
it's
Betty.
biblical
I
to-
appreciate it. Appreciate the call. Thank you. You don't have your facts and you don't have your Bible. It's hard to have a discussion. I want to base it on fact and I want to base it on the Bible. But I don't hate the president. For the record, I don't hate the president. I pray for him every day, and I hope you do too. Kevin McCullough, glad you're with us. AFA today, AFR Talk. We'll see you next time.